Child is Missing is a nonprofit organization. It was founded in 1997 in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. The whole purpose of it was to assist law enforcement in trying to locate originally missing children, but they've expanded it to people with dementia, disabled individuals, and missing college kids. The whole purpose is to add another tool into law enforcement's tool belt and trying to locate missing people in a quicker and more efficient way than we've had in the past. Just another tool for law enforcement. The way it works is that law enforcement still has a responsibility to respond to the call where the person is reported missing and do their basic investigation. That still is a standard and should not be avoided. But once the officers determine that they really do have a missing person here and they really need help from the community, they can call the Child is Missing free phone line and give them the information they need. What Child is Missing then does is generate an area in which it captures the phone databases for that area and calls and makes a recorded message that goes out to all those people in that area to notify them that there is a person missing in their area. And this is the description of the person who we're looking for, and ask the public to please look out your windows or go outside and look and see if you see anything or see if you see anyone out there, and then give a call to your local law enforcement agency so they can get the information and they can go and find and check it out. This is more of another tool for officers to use in conjunction with Amber Alert or separate from Amber Alerts in order to try to find the missing that are in your neighborhood and your community. We heard about the project through a conference and thought it was a great deal because we're always looking at what can we do to better ourselves to protect our community. And it just so happened that we ended up having to use Child is Missing in January of 2007, a very cold day in January where we had a 12-year-old boy missing. Within a couple of minutes, over 2,000 phone calls went out to the community, and we received 12 phone calls back from residents saying they think they saw something. We followed it up, and luckily that night we were able to find the 12-year-old boy and bring him back home. Had we not had that available to us then, it would have taken us a much longer period of time in order to track down and even try to find this child, if we would even have found him. So it really, we believe, saved the child's life that night, and we're very, very happy with the system and the way it worked.
We had an instance, I believe it was the first of this year, where we had a child custody dispute where a mother took her child and she did not have custody of it. Mother has got some addiction problems, chemical dependency problems, and some other mental issues, but took the child against court order and left the area. We immediately, almost right away, met the criteria for an Amber Alert. We were able to get that up and going and get it out. And we had some concerns about where exactly she was going to go with the child. And we, at the same time, were aware of a Child is Missing group. And we immediately notified them, wanted to see if this would fit their criteria. And of course, they said, yes, if we met the criteria for an Amber Alert, we definitely met this. So they started a reverse 911, but not quite, but a reverse call system throughout the community after we gave them the information. And they immediately got it out to all of our local neighborhoods. Through those phone calls, information started coming into us and tips started being generated that actually led us to the information that said that this person probably had left our immediate area, our immediate town, city, and had traveled about 50 miles south of us to the city of Bremerton. It's a Navy city on the Puget Sound. So we then spoke with the group again, A Child is Missing, and said, you know, this is what we have. We believe she may be in this particular area. We'd already contacted local law enforcement and said this is what we wanted to do. Asked Child is Missing, is there a chance maybe we could put this information out to Bremerton? We've already got the Amber Alert still out there. It's still going through the press and the media. But can we do this as well? And what exact time they did it, I'm not sure, but I do know that it was shortly after we'd made that request and that call that it was minutes, if not within a half hour later, we got a call from Bremerton Police Department saying they had the individual in custody with the child who was safe and were contacting the family.
We see that other agencies our size dealing with some of the same issues and how we can work together in trying to solve some of those issues. Major issues I think everyone has, even the larger agencies have, and that's budgets. But the smaller you are, the smaller your budgets are, and more tight those budgets are. And so, and technology is not cheap. So coming together like this to learn how other people are doing the same thing or trying to do what you're trying to do, maybe a little bit cheaper and more efficient, has been very helpful. And being here, I've seen several presentations today now that really I looked at and I made notes about. Going back, and we're going to check into it and see if there's some way that can benefit us in trying to help us in our operation.
I would say it's an outstanding class. I do believe it's a great class for command level, supervisory level officers, especially in the smaller groups, smaller agencies, because it offers something that we actually don't get an opportunity to see or be involved in. And the fact that it's subsidized makes it even better yet. There was no way my agency could ever afford to send me out here to this particular class and to get the information and the networking and the training that I'm getting from you folks, from my colleagues and everything else. It just wouldn't have happened, not with our budget.